teacher's trying to make me lose weight, and then he got over there and he was gonna leave, but this girl named I don't know Sandy was I told him to stay and he would help her walk the dogs.
Okay.
So he did.
All
And
right.
now he's
So did he
losing
lose weight?
Yeah.
All right. So he probably has some confidence issues too. All right, we're moving on, guys. We're gonna work with our text today, but we're not gonna read directly in the text today. So we're working on connecting characters and setting. That's our objective for today, being able to connect the characters with the settings of the text. So let's see if we're gonna be able to project here. May have to change the screen. Let's see. I know you can see it on your screen, but let me see if I can get it up here. All right. So, everybody knows what kind of fish this is, right?
Yes, but I don't know what to call.
Alright, so when we're talking about connecting characters and places, let's just talk about this anglerfish, for example. It fits very well into its surrounding because you gotta think about it, it's dark on the water, in the parts of the ocean. It has a growth on its head, alright? And what happens?
It shines light.
It shines light. It glows, okay? The main effect of the glow is that other kinds of fish in the watery darkness are attracted to this light. So they'll go swimming toward this light. If you watch Nemo, I think this was one of the fish on Nemo, as a matter of fact. And they start swimming toward that light, you know, and then what does it do?
It's trying to eat them. He's trying to eat them. Or eat fish.
Absolutely. If he tries to eat other fish, he tries to have a meal. So it's kind of like a fake little thing to get him there, and then he has a meal and he eats them. That's kind of scary. And this fish is suited for its area. Okay, it's suited for its surroundings so that it can accomplish what it wants to do. All right, it needs the light, and this is not the only one. As a matter of fact, I read a book with my kids last night, and they named all these different sea creatures and sea animals that glow or they light up as a hunting technique so that they can catch, you know, other fish or other things so that they can just eat them. All right, so it fits for their surrounding. So now let's consider if this fits in its surrounding. Let's think about the characters in the books that we read. Okay, think about books that you've read. And when you think about those characters, you think about the setting. What is the setting? Does anybody know the setting? What setting is?
Is it like where it takes place?
Absolutely. Good. All right. It's where the story takes place. All right. There are two important elements to fiction. Okay. And that's the setting and that's the characters. Okay. In that particular book. All right. I'm not going to make you take notes on this because by this time in the year, I think you guys already have this and you've gone on it in your other classes. You're getting ready for EOGs and to finish out the year. So this is stuff that you're going to see. All right. So just to make sure, I'm going to broadcast to you just a little bit of information, but you do not have to go to your class notes and write this down. All right. The setting is a story's location and time. Okay. And Don't Call Me Hero in chapter 1, let's think about the setting there. We were at Raleigh's mother's restaurant, okay? And this is an up-to-date type of deal. This is not something that happened years ago. This book is written in today's time, in today's rhetoric, okay? So we're at the mother's restaurant here. And what are characters? Characters are people who are a part of the story. We've gone through that. We should know that by now, all right? Don't Call Me a Hero, chapter 1. I don't know what that was. Who are the main characters? Who are some of the characters there? Raleigh Sanchez, Raleigh's mother, and Cruz Vega. Okay, and we remember this girl, Sharon?
Vega's girlfriend.
Absolutely. Remember they came into the restaurant, right? Alright, let's see if I can get this to go down just a little bit so that you can see. Do you see the rest of them?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Alright, so we have Big Feo, Cruz Vega's friend, and then Teresita and Isabel. And they're the restaurant workers. Okay? So anytime we have characters and a setting, it is all connected. Alright? What are some of the settings in Don't Call Me a Hero so far? What are some of the settings that we've seen? Brenda had a hand up, and then I'll come to you. The restaurant. The comic book store. Okay, heroes and villains. Is that what you were referring to? Okay, what else? What are some other settings? There are more. The mall. Excellent. I didn't even think of that one. Great. What else?
Where they got the banana split, I remember what was it?
That was in the mall at the Banana Split. That was at Sonic, right? They had a Sonic in the mall. I never heard of that. The prison or the jail. Okay. Any other areas you can think of in this book? Okay, I think you guys covered most of it. When does it take place? When does this story take place? In our time, in today's time. Okay, it's not something that's said a long time ago. How does working at the restaurant affect the main character, Raleigh? Because think about settings. Working at that restaurant, our character, how does working at the restaurant affect him? All right, I got Brenda. She's been answering. Yes, Brenda.
Oh, because since he's going to tutoring, he can't do tutoring and then go tired to the restaurant.
Okay, so you're making the connection between tutoring and the restaurant, those two settings. But how does working at the restaurant affect Raleigh? Think about being a kid. Think about you guys. Think about having to work at a restaurant or having to work at your family's business. At your age, what'd you say?
Responsibility.
All right, he's saying it teaches responsibility, but what else? Think about going to school. You got to go to school. You got to do your homework. Now you have tutoring. You want to go see your brother. You want to hang out with your friends.
Have freedom. Like,
Does working at the restaurant, I see a hand, yes.
Hard work. That it makes him hard work because let's do a lot of work.
All right, hard work. What else? Does he like working at the restaurant?
No, he has to.
No, he does not. Thank you for shaking your head. No, he does not like working at the restaurant. And yes, he has to because his mom owns it. So how do you think that makes him feel? Connecting characters in the setting. Being at that restaurant, how do you think he feels being there?
Boring.
There it is. Bored. It makes him angry. He's resentful. He doesn't like it. Is the restaurant doing well? No, it's not doing well at all. He doesn't like being there, so he's resentful. Okay? All right, let's move on. All right, so let's think about Raleigh's mother. Okay? She's connected to the reader's mind in the fact of with the restaurant. We haven't seen Raleigh's mother outside of that restaurant, right? We haven't met her. We don't even know her name. We only know her as Raleigh's mother, and we know that she owns the restaurant. Okay? Where do we first encounter her in the book? Everybody should be yelling this one. Where do we first see her or read about her in the book?
Restaurant.
I see hands there with the restaurant. Okay? And what's the name of the restaurant? Do we remember? Chichen Itza. Excellent. Okay? Now, think about what is her relationship to that, to the restaurant, to La Chichen Itza. How does she feel about it? Not just great. Tell me about it. How does she feel about being there? Tell me about her situation.
Really responsible because since the other Isabella and
The other workers?
she got to make sure she pays them
Okay.
and make sure that everything's good in the restaurant.
All right. What else could you tell me about her in the restaurant?
Great, because then she wants to give it to Raleigh.
Okay, she wants to be able to pass this on to Raleigh and his brother. But tell me about her work environment, guys. She's a hard worker, but tell me more. What does that mean, being a hard worker?
Working hard.
You just reversed hard. Okay, a hard worker. She works hard. Okay, we know that. Let's go beyond hard worker and working hard. What does that entail? If you're working hard, are you working short hours? Are you going to work at 8 o'clock and then you could go get lunch at 12 and then you're off at 3? No. What kind of hours are she working? Is she working?
No, not 24 hours.
She's working long hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Because she don't have no like.
Can she leave anytime she wants? She's the owner though.
Well, not really. She doesn't have it like that, Angel.
No.
She doesn't have it like that.
Because
Where she could, because it's not that
She
busy.
takes
It's
her
not.
own time and she has to keep with the time.
Okay. All right. So she doesn't have it like that yet. This is a restaurant that's just starting off, right?
Yeah,
It's just, and it's not doing that good. So she can't just leave. She's got to make sure everything's running well in the restaurant. She works long hours, and like Brenda said, she's managing the other employees. It's a stressful job, and like Obella said, she's a hard worker, or she works hard. She does all of those things. What is your first impression of Raleigh's mother?
She's a hard worker.
She's a hard worker. Thank you. What else?
Give up in her work.
She doesn't give up on her work. Okay. What else? She's what?
Tough.
She's tough. What else?
She's patient.
Patient. That's good. I didn't think about that one. She is patient. Anything else?
She always
How, you know what? Hold, she is happy. Hold right there. How do you know she's patient? What scene reminds us that she is a patient lady? Louise's hand went up quickly.
Cruz Vegas is friend.
Absolutely. Bingo. You got it. When Cruz Vega and his friends came in, you remember Raleigh was upset. Raleigh was ready to fight, throw a few blows. And his mom was like, "Hi, welcome to La Chichen Itza. How may I help you?" You know, she was really nice and cordial to them and served them, even though they, you know, were really being rude and ugly. Okay? So, our connection with our characters help us to understand the setting. Not only does it help us understand the setting, but this, when we put it together, our characters and our setting, it helps us to understand the text better. Okay? All right. So now we're gonna do this. All right. I'm gonna put you. Let's pair up. We haven't done that, so let's pair up. So you're gonna pick a person to work with. I saw that you already chose Obelli. Okay. All right, Brenda and all right, Jose. If you'll come and join, who's working together?
Me and Rayleigh.
Huh?
Me and Rayleigh.
So if you could just pull your or join them over there or whatever you guys want to do. All right, Ray, please stop trying to look in the iPad. All right, let's see. All right, so this is what you're going to do to kind of help us understand the character and setting and the connection between the two again. Make sure you're sitting by your partner. You can go, one of you, one person, choose and go to the journal in your electronic notebook. Go to the journal and put as the heading, characters and setting. Okay, characters and setting. Or you can put this, connect character and setting. It's there for you. So just one of you do that. All right? And so let me share with you what you're going to be doing. All right, so you're going to imagine you're making a new story, right? You guys have already created superheroes and that kind of thing. So now you're going to imagine that you're making up a new story and a character in the story, okay? Now, your character in the story might be one of the superheroes that you created already. I don't know. That may be easier for you. All right, the first question you're going to ask is, or answer, what is important for readers to know about this character? What do you want the readers to know about the character? So that means you got to be very descriptive of your character. Everybody understand that?
You have to answer a question that
1 and 2, okay? What setting might help to express this information to readers? Okay, like for example, we had Raleigh's mom. The restaurant helped us to understand her personality and her character. We saw that she was hardworking. We saw that she was patient. We saw all these things, that she was pleasant, but just because of how she was working in the restaurant. So does everybody understand what you're doing?
Yeah.
Number 1, you're telling us what is important for readers to know about the character. And number 2, what setting, so where are you gonna, what setting are you gonna use for your character?